Hi, welcome into halftime of Wofford versus Jacksonville. I'm here with freshman Ava Alvarez. Ava, you're from Greenville, South Carolina. Can you talk about how nice it is to be so close to home?
I really love being close to home because I can pretty much go home whenever I want and I can see my family and little sister who she's like my best friend, so I really like being able to do that.
Do your parents come to a lot of the games?
Yeah, my parents come to almost every home game. They don't travel as much because they're right here so they can just make the drive. And I really like when they're there because my dad works out of town, but he always manages to make it to my games.
You scored your very first goal in the very first Wofford women's lacrosse game. Can you talk about what that means to you and to be a part of this program at the start?
That moment was super exciting for me because it's just different in college when you score a goal. Like your whole team rushes up to you and they like, give you hugs and like everyone's watching and then your picture's on the big screen. So that's like really exciting to see. And then just being able to like be a part of something that's like building and like creating a culture for this program is like really awesome. So I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Would you say your team is super close?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had that much time, but in the amount of time that we've had together, like we've gotten really close. And I think like the next few years together, we're going to like be really strong and build a good culture.
There are 13 freshmen. How nice is it to have girls who are in the same shoes as you going through the same thing as you?
That's really comforting because like I remember the first game, I was like really nervous and like it just felt so different than any other game I'd played in. But having the other girls there, I was like, they've never played in their first college game, so we were like all in this together.
That's awesome. Can you tell me a funny story about your team or something that's happened to you guys?
Yeah, so my favorite memory with the team was probably after our lacrosse tournament in Myrtle Beach. Our coach took us to the beach and we were all so tired, so we all passed out on the beach for like 5 hours.
That sounds awesome. Can you tell me what led you to Wofford and talk about a little bit about your recruiting process?
Yeah, so I had never heard of Wofford until sophomore year because I moved to Greenville from Gainesville, Florida. And when I toured Wofford, I fell in love with like the campus, and then I decided I did want to come here. And when I heard they were starting a lacrosse program, I was like, "This is perfect for me. This is the only school I want to play for." So I had that opportunity, and I just did everything I could.
So, can you tell me why you're number 8 and what's the story behind that?
Yeah, so I was number 4 in high school, and I was planning on being number 4 again, but one of my best friends, Annie, grabbed it first. So I decided to be number 8 because it's 2 times better than 4.
That's awesome. So, can you tell me someone who's inspired you?
Yeah, so I started playing lacrosse my freshman year in high school, and there was a girl on the team who was a senior. Her name is Madison O'Leary, and she's hands down the best player I've ever seen, especially played with. So that was a privilege, and she really inspired me. She plays at Stanford now, so.
That's awesome. We're going to go into a little bit of rapid fire questions here, so just tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Can you tell me your favorite food?
Watermelon,
Your favorite movie?
Safe Haven,
What's your favorite musical artist?
Rihanna, for sure, yeah.
Your favorite thing to do in your free time?
I like to read
What's your favorite book?
Harry Potter.
Do you love all the Harry Potter movies?
I do, yeah. I get them confused, but the first one's my favorite.
So we want to start this thing where we learn lacrosse terms. Hannah already talked about shooting space. Can you tell me something different and tell me what that means?
Yeah, so a lot of people get the draw confused, which is like the way each game is started. And after every goal, 2 girls get in the middle of like the circle, and the ball is placed between their sticks. And on the whistle, they push up and try to get the ball in the air to their teammate, which a lot of people get confused with boys lacrosse, like the face-off, which they start on the ground, but totally different.
So can you tell me something people don't know about you?
Yeah, so earlier I mentioned that I moved to Greenville from Florida. So I'm from Gainesville, Florida. I grew up there, and I'm a Gator fan.
Can you tell me what you're most excited for as the program starts to grow?
I'm definitely most excited for our team to set records and to build a culture for our team.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining me.